This is the Phillies Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome in, Locked On Phillies Postcast. My name is Mark Farzetta. It's great to have you along for the ride. I got you covered for your postcast needs here on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day for your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. And this particular episode of Locked On Phillies Postcast is brought to you by FanDuel. Well, right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com. Three big things. Number one, just run it out of the gate. Does anybody else feel like the first, 9 wins of the season, the first 28 games of the season, this is almost like, hey, sorry about that from the baseball gods, because it kind of feels right now like, hey, we just want to, on behalf of the rest of the baseball gods and everyone, we would just like to apologize for Dave Dombrowski, and we'd also like to apologize for John Middleton for the whole run it back thing. We're sorry. We didn't mean that. They didn't mean it. So they should have fired Rob Thompson at the end of the season. They should have fired him right at the end of his sentence, playing for the tie. I was playing for the tie. Fired. I was playing for the tie. Fired. That's what should have happened at the end of last year. And you know what? It turns out Donnie Baseball was available, so they bring in Donnie Baseball, after the World Series, obviously. But that should have happened. It didn't happen. And it feels like right now, under Don Mattingly and for one game, Dusty Wathan, by the way, it feels like this has been an apology. What we have seen from this Phillies ball club under the new interim manager and managers, if you want to go for the one game with Wathan there last night. Schwarber's been hot. Bohm is turning around. Marsh is leading the league in hitting. Cristopher Sanchez, incredible. Zack Wheeler today. Just Bryce Harper, Mr. Not Elite Bryce Harper. These guys have been on fire since then. And since Don Mattingly has taken over, this has been a completely different ball club. And the vibe is different. The feel is different. And you feel like no matter what, this Phillies team is going to come storming back into a ball game, or they're just one big swing away from making something special happen. That's number one. That's how I feel about this ball club. Now, number two, let's talk about Cristopher Sanchez, and without further ado,
this is the Locked On Player of the Game.
The one gem followed by another gem, a complete game gem of a performance by Cristopher Sanchez yesterday in DeBerg, and then that was followed by a 7 scoreless inning affair from a one Zack Wheeler, who was only going up against Paul Skenes today. And Wheeler gets the better of Skenes and the Pirates with a 7 scoreless inning performance. He comes up, and only in this ball game does he allow 4 hits, strikes out 8, walks 1, en route to picking up yet another victory for him on the season. He improves to 3-0 on the year, using 98 pitches to get through his 7 innings of work. And as per usual, he had so many different pitches working for him tonight. The sweeper was working well. The fastball had a lot of life on it. The curveball was working well. The 1-2 curveball he threw Horwitz in the second inning to get that strikeout was magnificent. The 0-2 fastball he threw in a 3-pitch at bat to Mangum there in the second inning as well. That had a lot of life on it. He was just his regular dominant self. And the thing that's really crazy about this is it wasn't like last night, where the Phillies just jump out and all of a sudden they got 3 runs on the board. No. They had to wait for the offense to get going. And that's not a shocker, obviously going against Paul Skenes, for crying out loud. But Wheeler had to skate his wing damn near perfect to keep this game scoreless. And then in the 5th inning, the Phillies made some things happen. So let's get into it. Number 3 big things. Number 1, just the overall vibe of this team. Number 2, Zack Wheeler, chef's kiss. Number 3, the offense coming up and getting some runs across the plate in the 5th inning there against Paul Skenes. And it wasn't the easiest thing in the world. They had hit earlier in the ball game, Adolis Garcia. He ends up walking. It was the 5th 3-ball count of the day for Paul Skenes, not his normal sharp self. Not only was it the 5th 3-ball count of the day for Paul Skenes there when he faced Garcia in the 5th, it also ended up being his first walk in over a month. 5 starts. Paul Skenes hadn't walked anybody for 5 starts. And yet, Adolis Garcia goes up there and is like, I'll take the free pass. Thank you very much. Another one after he was hit for the first of 2 times in the ball game, by the way. So you got a leadoff base runner. You got a leadoff walk by Adolis Garcia. Just like everybody else, I always think, don't waste it. Do something. Small ball. Anything. Get him to cross the plate. Bryson Stott comes up. He strikes out. JT Realmuto puts a single in the left field. Little hit and run action right there like that from Donnie Baseball, getting the action going on the base paths there. Garcia, who actually attempted a steal when Stott fouled one away in his at-bat, tried another stolen base attempt. This time the hit and run works. He goes from first to third on that one. He got runners at the corners. He got 1 out. Justin Crawford, just make a little contact, baby. Just make a little contact, baby. And he makes a little contact, hits it to shortstop. The run crosses the plate. It breaks a 20 2/3 scoreless inning streak for Paul Skenes, broken by a just little contact, an RBI ground out by Justin Crawford to just start the slow bleed of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Trea Turner came up, the very next batter. He roped one down the right field line, an RBI single for him. Run crosses the plate. It's a 2-0 ball game. You have gotten to Skenes first. So then what happens in the 5th inning? Horwitz comes up, gets a single off Trea Turner, or gets a single off of Zack Wheeler. Okay, you need a shutdown inning here. Let's get a shutdown inning here. Phillies end up getting the shutdown inning. You get the 6-4 fielder's choice on Griffin. Magnum comes up there. He ends up working a walk. Got 2 runners on now. And then he strikes out Triolo on a 2-2 fastball, an 8-pitch at bat, wins that battle, a 17-pitch inning for Zack Wheeler in that bottom of the 5th inning. His the most pitches he threw in an inning to that point. He would throw 18 in the 7th inning, the only time he eclipsed that 17 pitch mark. But in the 6th inning, Phillies got the home run from Bryce Harper. They also got the 2 RBI double from Bryson Stott. And later, Bryson Stott also came up and hit a home run to help back the effort of Zack Wheeler. They didn't cross the plate till the 5th. They added on in the 6th with the Harper home run. By the way, 401 feet to left center field-ish for Bryce Harper. A 1-0 sinker, 96 miles per hour over the heart of the plate. And Harper did not miss it. And one of the thoughts I had was, does Paul Skenes feel down when he gives up a home run to someone who's not elite? It was a stretch. All right, anyway. So great job by Bryce Harper, who is absolutely playing at every inch of an elite level right now for your fighting Phils. And the bottom line is the Phillies pick up the win. They go back over 500 now after getting to the 500 line last night at 23-23. They're now 24-23 on the season. And these guys were just cooking. And everything that this team is doing right now just seems to be working really well. And one of the things I liked about today's game in particular was in that first inning, you want to make sure Paul Skenes, if he's going to be hammering the strike zone, then obviously it's going to be a quick game. But Trea Turner took an 8-pitch at bat, and I don't think he took the bat off his shoulder until the 4th pitch. For Trea Turner, that's a lot. He ends up working works the first full count of the day, the first of 6, I believe it was. First of 6 3-ball counts of the day against Paul Skenes. He ends up striking out, but still saw 8 pitches in that at bat. Kyle Schwarber didn't have the magic today, unfortunately. Skenes certainly had his number, but he ended up striking out on a 1-2 changeup, and then Bryce Harper chased one that was down and in on a sweeper, a 2-2 sweeper. That was that. And Paul Skenes was off and running, you thought, after that. But for everything that Paul Skenes did, Zack Wheeler just flat out did it better. The lines in total on the night, I told you about Wheeler, 7 innings, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts. For Skenes tonight, 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs. Those runs earned, by the way, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. 92 pitches he needed for 2 fewer innings in comparison to Zack Wheeler. When we come back, we'll take a look at the road ahead for the Phillies, and also we'll take your comments on this as well. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Back right after this. And right now, it's time to tell you about the incredible, the amazing FanDuel, actually. FanDuel. How incredible is FanDuel? FanDuel has you covered. NBA playoffs are upon us, and every postseason matters. If you're looking to get even closer to the action, FanDuel puts you in that action. FanDuel's got you covered with it. FanDuel right now for new customers has a great new feature. New customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into 150 bonus bets just for getting started. I love using FanDuel because of all the incredible things it has to offer for you. FanDuel gets you involved in the action and it lets you keep track of the stats, the trends, the matchups right there, all on the FanDuel app. So whether you're looking at player props or just following your favorite stars, it adds another level of excitement to every game. And it's really easy to navigate the app as well. It makes playoff basketball even that much more exciting. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to get started. FanDuel, play your game. And how about 5-Hour Energy? If you got a sweet tooth like I do, you know how tough it is to find the perfect treat without all that sugar. That's why Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy shots brings you that nostalgic flavor back in a whole new way. The classic cotton candy taste you remember, with a tasty caffeine boost and zero sugar. It's quick. It's an easy way to satisfy that sweet tooth craving while keeping things simple and on the go. I always love that cotton candy flavor. The flavor really does bring you back. It's a throwback with that fruity vanilla vibe that you love so much, almost like that birthday cake. Bring that sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy shots, available online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. That's 5hourenergyshots.com, 5hourenergy.com, or on Amazon. Taking a look at the road ahead for your fighting Phils. They're going to be back at it right away tomorrow night. Now, the Phillies, here you go. Next 7 days, so Monday through Sunday, you have just 3 technically night games, 6:40 start times, and the Phillies are going to be starting a 6-game homestand, and that's going to begin with a 3-game series against the Cincinnati Reds, and then after that, they welcome the Cleveland Guardians to town. There's a 6:40 start time against the Cincinnati Reds, 1:05 on Wednesday, off Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6:40, 4:05, and 1:35. That's the deal for the Phils. Also worth noting, the last time the Phillies had back-to-back shutout wins, not shutout by shutouts, complete game shutouts, but just shut out their opponent in back-to-back games. You got to go all the way back to July of 2022 when Ranger Suarez and Aaron Nola did it. It's the last time, well, at least they started it for the Phillies. So here's to more good things coming when you see Andrew Painter on the hill tomorrow for the Phillies. Let's get into the chat check and see how wonderful people are doing. In the meantime, by the way, make sure you guys like and subscribe Locked On Phillies for your postcast needs and also for your daily podcast needs with Connor Thomas every day, having you covered 5 days a week with your Fightin' Phils, with your Phillies, Locked On Phillies podcast. All right, let's get into it. At this pace, Luis Dario, hello. At this pace, at the pace they have going, we have a chance to see Harper and Schwarber both get to 400 bombs this season. Let's go. Let's go. Sweep sounds great, says Morgan Landy. Luis breaking out the brooms. Heck yeah. What a showing for the cross-state rivals, says Joseph Grillo. Also saying Painter, Luzardo, Nola against the Reds. Yeah, not ideal. I can't give it a good vibes with Aaron Nola. Usually I can give the good vibes with Aaron Nola. I can't give the good vibes with Aaron Nola. I'm sorry. Painter though, hey, let's see how much that early hook and that attempt at a confidence boost isn't just an attempt, but an actual confidence boost. Let's see if that actually works. Evelyn, what's up, Evelyn? I saw your message yesterday. I hope you enjoyed Annapolis. I love Annapolis. If anyone's not been to Annapolis, Maryland yet, enjoy yourself. Annapolis is a great time. The poop series, it'll live on forever. Hell yeah. Zack Wheeler, a little broed Skenes today, says Bam, man. He absolutely did. Philly and 8, the drop-off in our starting rotation has to be the most extreme in baseball after Sanchez and Wheels pitch. Luzardo can be rather streaky. I still got hope for Andrew Painter. I'm still making the good. People are like, oh, send him down. I even told you guys, I'm not sending him down yet. I'm not just going to give up on a prospect like a month and a half into his career. Thank you. Especially when you're as touted as he is. CM Fox, what's going on? Sweep. Malama, what's popping? Garcia was about to knock Skenes out of the game without using a bat. Don't mess with the big man. Yeah. I did catch that from John Kruk during the game. Hey, you want to get Skenes out of the game? Charge the mound. Because Garcia was walked once, hit twice. He was nearly hit almost 4 times. So there's that. Pullabuck, what's going on? I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, but in the meantime, I'm riding with a happy wave with the wins. How could you not? Don't. Why are you doing this to me, Mitchell? Why do you do this to me with the microphones? Come on now. Would enjoy Farzy calling a game. Just need to do a mic check. Thank you. Right. There we go. What's up, Joseph Grillo? Someone please tell me, explains the dramatic turnaround. It's night and day. Baseball's weird, man. Just in doubt, fire the manager. Dave, hello. Tremendous turnaround since Thompson was booted. Absolutely. Go Sixers. What's up, Go Sixers? Didn't see this turnaround coming, Farzy. I thought the Phillies just needed a shakeup. And even after the Atlanta series, they're 9-19. And I'm like, I'd be shocked if by this time, I think it was Tuesday, the off day Monday, then Tuesday, I'd be shocked if Rob Thompson was going to be your manager. They fired him that day. Don Mattingly took over, and I felt like that was the shakeup that the Phillies 1,000% needed. 1,000% needed. And as of right now, that looks pretty damn accurate. Thanks everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful as per usual. Once again, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. I got you guys covered for your postcast needs. Connor Thomas has you covered for your Locked On Daily Phillies podcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow night following game 1 of the Phillies versus the Reds and also game 1 of a 6-game homestand. See you guys then.